question pop up in my mind is which one runs much faster and can we calculate the time of it. So basically I had done some Google search as well to how to calculate the time in Pycharm, and how to calculate the time in Jupyter, and what to do in Sublime Text. So in Sublime Text you get the total time by default, and in this case Jupyter, you need to use percentage time, and that's then you will get to know how much time this code is taking to run. In case of Pycharm, also you need to do some code here, that you have to import the time, and then you have to write a start function, and ultimately you have to print how much time it is taking. Okay, so that it will tell. So before I run the code and show it to you how much time Jupyter, Pycharm, and Sublime Text is taking to run the same code. Again I'm saying I tried to run the same code. So before I start, let's see. In the case of Jupyter, I have this code: import pandas as pd, numpy as np. I was doing some other stuff, so this one is not required because I'm not going to do any visualization of data. So this matplotlib, pyplot we used to used to plot the data and also to understand how data is behaving. So we can remove it. Import os is also not required. It is just to get what all the list directory you have before you try to upload the files. Basically we are reading the csv, so this can tell that say print get cwd. It can tell which directory you are running. Okay, so here you can see I am running in this directory pycharm, and this is the folder, and print os dot list directory is telling what all the data you have in that directory. These two functions are important when you want to know which directory you are working and what all the files are there in that directory, so that you can let's say I want to open this file. I'll just copy from here uh, and just paste it in this read csv. Okay, so it will it will run that, it will read that file. Okay, just to avoid you can say the typo, or kind of some missing words. Let's say in case of this file, if I just type small l, it may not read, it won't read. I mean to say. Okay, so that is one thing, but that is not required right now. So import os is not required. We can even remove these two print functions. So what is required is calculate the time, import those pandas as pd, because we are reading the csv. Numpy is also not required at present because we are not working with the array right now, so we can even delete that as well. So very simple now. And date and time is also not required, but let it be in this one. Now, so we have we are reading one csv, that is this is csv name, and we are separating out with this semicolon, and so we start with this index column 0, so it will shift to 0. Same way another file, we are reading it here, AKM1 28 March 30 April this. So I think you can see that this is the file we are trying to grab, and one more file we are trying to grab it, because both file names are same here, so it is not like that. So we can, this is the one file AKM2. So this is the thing you can correct when you have all file names here during the when you are making the code, right? So AKM2 28 March, right, 30 April, this is okay. These two files are there, right? So what I'm doing, I'm merging these two files together and printing it out. Okay, so this is the Jupyter. Same, if I go to Sublime, I'm removing this numpy, matplotlib as well. OS I'm removing it, this again print OS and list directory, I don't need it. Okay, like this. So again here I have to do eqm2. So right, yeah, this is almost it is, this is the same code as this one, Jupyter one. Okay, now let's go to Python. Here I need to just remove this as well. You can remove this, and also you can remove the get this list directory. Two things. Here you can look at the names. Now these two are name, and we are merging it together, and we are printing a time at the end. Okay, so when it merged and print, and after that we'll print the time as well, how much time when we starting a code and how much time it's taking. Okay, so that is there. This also is not required, we don't need. Okay, so now it's simple. It's time function, these two are there, and then you are reading the CSV, merging the CSV, printing that file, data frame, and the printing how much time it is taking from start to end. Okay, so now let me run one by one. Okay, so I'll start with the Jupyter one. Okay, so to run in a Jupyter, you need to use the shortcut is shift and return in Mac actually. So that is, you can run this. So this star was indicating whether the code is running. Okay, so now it is done. So this is printf is merged now, and these are the rows and columns. So here you can see the CPU time is total is 7.52 seconds. Wall time is whatever is running, total wall time on this is 7.83 seconds. So we can take total time of running this is 7.52. Okay, now compared to 7.52 in Jupyter, how is in Sublime Text? To run in Sublime Text, you have command B to run the code. So here it is running. Let's see what we get. So it is trying to merge these two files, and it will print that file. Okay, so it is merged now, as you can see. Okay, the same rows and columns are there, finished in 17.3 seconds. Okay, now go to the Pycharm. Here is the same file. Okay, same code, and to run in Pycharm you have control R in Mac. Okay, so it is taking 10.76 second, right? Same row, same. So here you can see this is taking 7.52 total time, 7.52. This is taking 17.3. This is taking in between 10.76. One thing I have noticed while running this code, let's say if I run it again, this total time will change. You know, it will change a little bit. Let's say I'm running this Pycharm again. Earlier it was 10.76. Now see how much it would be. $12.30, little higher. Again I'll run it. $10.8. So 10.8 is 12 point. Again I'll run it. So 10 point. So 10 point, 12 point, 10 point, 12 point. So that is the total time it is taken to run this code is greater than 10 second and less than 12 second, you can say. Now in case of Sublime Text, if I run it again, it's taking quite a bit, right? So 15.7. Okay, I'll run it again. Fifteen point two, 15.7, 15.2. Again, I learn it. Thirteen point five. Again, I learn it. Almost 5 times, you can say. And then we'll try to calculate the average. 12.9. Okay, so it is decreasing. This is fourth. Fifth one. And fifth one should be less than of 12.9 then, right? If it is storing something in memory. $13.4. It's more than of previous one. Previous was 12.9. So what I'm saying, it is more than of 12 seconds and close to of 15 seconds, between 12 to 15 seconds. Now let's go to Jupyter, and to run this is the script return. So this is indicating that code is running. 7.32. Run it again. Seven point 32. Run it again. Sorry. Seven point 54. Great. Between, I mean, close to between 7 to 8, you can say, right? 7.3, 7.5, and again it is 8.6. Okay, one more time. So here. 7.9. So between 7 to 8, you can say. So if you conclude if you conclude like which one is faster, Jupyter, Sublime Text, or Pycharm. So I try to run the same code and try to run 5 times. So what I is my observation is Jupyter is much faster. Okay, compared to other two. So the Jupyter is much fast. It is much faster than Pycharm, and Pycharm is much faster than Sublime Text. But I cannot, I should not say that Sublime Text is like so slow and you should not use it. Here the one beauty of Sublime Text code editor, it is, by the way, is like you look at the highlighting part of each line, and you know each part of the code, how beautiful it is, and you can easily catch the error. You can debug the code very easily in Sublime Text, as compared to here in Jupyter. It you may not. It is bit difficult to, little difficult to debug the code. And if you compare between Sublime and Jupyter and Pycharm, to understand, to debug the code is, Sublime Text is good, and at this, that is at first number, you can say, and second number is a Pycharm. In that, here this also has a good text highlighting part. Then third is Jupyter. Okay, so each text editor, each ID has its own importance. Jupyter is good when you work on data science, data analyst part. When you are just want to write a code, so you can write a code in Sublime Text and debug it well. Same as for Python. So, as per my results, Jupyter is much faster than Pycharm, and Pycharm is much faster than Sublime Text. Okay, so that is which I wanted to show it to you. Great. So fine. Let me close it. Thank you.